Stat sheet's different. We got to get used to looking at a different stat sheet. Great win. First thing, just unbelievable. November 5th, I told our guys in the locker room, there's not many places in the country. Go look at all the games tonight, get them on satellite TV. Phenomenal crowd. So really, really fired up. That was awesome, and really, really appreciate the crowd. We got an unbelievable fan base, and so that's what makes this place elite. But a great win. Biggest stat, obviously, 32 assists on 45 baskets is great. Only turned it over 10 times. You know, that's a big goal for us. We need to be under 10 turnovers. Some defensive things we got to clean up, and but it's early. You know, kind of our slogan is race to maturity, and so we got to continue to mature and get better. But it's early, so there's a lot of evolving still to do. But happy with the win, and we also got my man Mike back there in attendance, who's been through unbelievably tough times and got great character and perseverance, and God's blessed him to be here with us, and so really appreciate you being here tonight.
For playing first, please.
Tyrese, you're looking at the box score. What sticks out about your game right now?
I would just say 7 rebounds. You know, that's what Coach Perlman and the staff has challenged me with this summer is, with bad leaving, just becoming a better rebounding guard, and that's what what I'm focusing on right now. And with P and Ra in the starting lineup, I'm really one of the third rebounder. So it sticks out to me. I think I did a really good job there.
Mike, you obviously had a super efficient offensive night. How'd you feel like you were getting to your spots and obviously making shots?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, having guys like Tyrese who has 14 assists, and just, everyone sharing the ball, moving the ball. Coach made a point, it wasn't sticking out there tonight. We were working it around, and I was just, trying to be ready when it came to me, and guys found me, and I knocked it down.
Tyrese, what did you think about the ball movement? I mean, Coach Pearl mentioned the assists on baskets, 35 to whatever it was, but
I think we did a pretty good job with it. I think we had a couple lapses, where we let our defense dictate our offense sometimes, and because things weren't going too well defensively, the ball wasn't moving that well. But I think for the most part we did a really good job. You assist on, I don't know the percentage wise, but that's over 50. So I think we did a pretty good job there, and there's a lot to build off from this game.
Tyrese, you mentioned Bab. Obviously, you guys aren't the same player, but is there a blueprint there for you to follow as a 6'5" point guard that filled up the stat sheet like Nick often did?
I guess they kind of look alike, except I'm not as big and don't have tattoos. But other than that, I just playing with him and learning from him in a year span what I did. With him leaving, me taking his spot, just, incorporating my game, but incorporating, parts of his, what he did really well. And, he always filled the stat sheet. He might not have went for, 25, but he was always, making a really big impact on the floor and guarding their best player. So just taking, bits and pieces from his game.
Mike, 3 for 5 from three-point range for you tonight. How much of a conscious effort has that been for you, or conscious focus, I guess, the distance shooting?
Yeah, it's been huge. I would say the main focus, without a doubt. I try to work on it every day, try to get extra shots up all the time. And I think it's just, a testament to how much work I put in since I've got here. The coaching staff has helped me a lot, give me good tips and pointers, tried to improve my shot, tried to work on it, be open-minded, be, somewhat, I guess, creative with it. I'm watching different guys all the time and good shooters. So, yeah, it's definitely been a huge focus.
Tyrese, it was clear that you were the best player on the floor. There was so much more that you possibly could have done with your game tonight, but how important was it to make sure that with so many new faces on this team as well, and so many guys that need to get into a rhythm and get into what you guys want to do as a team, to make sure that they got the ball and was able to feel comfortable tonight?
Yeah, with the new guys, it's just been constant talk, leading up to it, because last year I couldn't wait to, get on the floor, and I remember probably for the first 10 games, my hands would shake, nonstop before the games. And Caleb Grill, my roommate, just talking to him all the time, how he feels coming into today. And Trey Jackson, I spend a lot of time with. So and Ross. So the new guys, just seeing how they feel. They got to get into a rhythm. That's going to help us. Down the road, the better those guys play. So I think everybody played really well today. And like I said, there's a lot to build on. Watch the film tomorrow and Thursday, and get ready to go down to Corvallis on Saturday.
Tyrese, the T-shirt, is that motto you're going to kind of live by this season, Cyclones versus the world?
Yeah, I guess. I just, I mean, like we talked about a lot, like, the media's not really with us, we were picked, whatever. I don't even know. But at the end of the day, it's us guys in that locker room, the guys put on the jerseys and the guys in the suits on the bench. And, we all we got at the end of the day. So, we got a great fan base behind us. So we're just going to keep it moving and, do what we got to do.
To look ahead for both of you, what's the challenge of playing a road game against a Pac-12 team on November 8th or whatever day that is?
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's just a great opportunity. Early season, getting a Power 5 game like that, getting to go out there in a road environment. It'll be kind of probably the first time we face some adversity. We talked about it a little bit in the locker room after the game, and we just got to be prepared and be ready, and make sure we're sticking together and staying fundamentally sound, doing the right things, and just being the more tougher, disciplined team. I guess is probably what we're focused on.
It's kind of for both of you guys. How much does that idea of possibly being a little overlooked kind of fuel both of you guys?
You just take it with a grain of salt because we know what we're capable of. Try not to pay too much attention. Obviously that's always in the back of our head, but you just try not to pay, too much attention to things like that. We know how good we can be when we're locked in all the time and, focused at all times. So, at the end of the day, it's about us, and, we just got to, continue to, progress every day. Like, the road to success isn't a straight line. It's up and down. So just got to, take it how it goes and then move on.
Anything further for the student athlete? All right.
Oh, that's faster.
Yes, good. You don't want to be that, let's say.
Does anyone know what Caleb's going? That's why too.
Darn.
It was the coaches
Yeah. Questions for Coach?
What happened?
You said the media poll.
Bolton, didn't play much second half. What happened?
Yeah, he just, that's why Mike had in the huddle. He said, "Man, Coach, why'd you call timeout?" Because it's like 18 and a half minutes. But Rasir had probably the second possession down both times. He was like, "Coach, I need to come out," and so he had said he was cramping. And then it was a situation where just talking to Vic, there was really no reason to put him back in, and gave us an opportunity to play Caleb and Trey some extended minutes, which I thought was really good for those guys. But I think he's fine. I haven't talked to Vic yet, but I think everything's fine.
Did Tyrese show a different kind of good tonight? You think?
Tyrese has a lot of good. 14 assists, 3 turnovers. That's right out of the gate, 5 to 1 assist to turnover. 6 steals, 7 rebounds is like he touched on was really good. Turned down some good looks that I thought he needs to take, some threes. Some of his turnovers came off trying to be too unselfish. What I thought was pretty impressive when we watched the tape, he was joking about on the bench, but I thought he did a great job on number 1 Green, the couple possessions we threw him on him, because he was able to shoot over some of our other guards, and Halliburton had some length. But Tyrese is I think everybody's a big fan of his. But he's got to continue to grow in the role that he has for this team. And, he may never get 20, 25, but if he can points, assists, rebounds, steals, lead this team, I think what was really good tonight is the way he communicated with me. I think that's really, really important.
Prentice had a couple of steals and then, one really big charge that he ended up getting. Just what does he bring to the table defensively?
Well, I think you saw early in the game, especially when he's on the point, he can really harass the ball, and I think he got deflections and sped them up. But I was really impressed tonight. I thought, he missed a couple good looks, but I thought his shot selection for the most part was really good tonight. He was a willing passer. He got 5 defensive rebounds, but no turnovers, and that's huge. 4 assists, no turnovers from him. But he's a guy with Bolton and Trey that hopefully can heat the ball up. I was really impressed with Caleb Grill, though, really just competing defensively on the ball.
For Tyrese, his line tonight, is it indicative of the way that he needs to impact you guys in multiple areas? Yeah,
he's got a stat in those 4 major areas: assists, rebounds, points, and then steals. He's a guy that can get 2 or 3 steals because of his length, whether it's a deflection, whether it's shooting a gap, whether it's firing into a double team, anticipation. He's got great hands. He's a really, really good off-the-ball defender, weak side defender. And so, if he can stat in those 4 areas, he gives us a chance. Really efficient tonight in 30 minutes.
How good was it for you guys to be able to get a game like this one under your belt now before you go on the road to Corvallis, obviously compared to what you had 2 years ago where you went into Columbia, first game of the season?
Yeah, I thought about that a lot. On the bench tonight with the game, I was like, man, it helps opening at home, especially when you got a new team and new players, a lot of guys going into new roles, rather than open up on the road. That's why these games are great. Michigan State and Kentucky, Duke and Kansas tonight. The ACC opened up conference tonight, crazy enough. And so, but these games are great learning games early in the year. And so, but to play at home, just to get in front of fans, to see how we played, when it really counts, I thought we had some good stretches. Now, we had some tough defensive stretches that we got to get on the film and clean that up. But Saturday's a great opportunity to kind of really see where we're at and how we need to get better going forward.
What did you learn tonight that you felt like, okay, now that we got on the court and got into some game action, this is what we need to get fixed up moving forward?
Well, offensive, I thought that I didn't see a ton of bad shots. I thought the ball moved. I thought they were pretty selfless. I thought our bench in the first half was really good. And then some of the guys that struggled in the first half off the bench did some really good things, like Trey Jackson made shots finally in the second half. And so that was good. The biggest thing you got to look at, especially them, transition defense was going to be the big thing. I thought guarding the ball head up in the middle of the floor, we did a pretty good job. We just got to look at our ball screen coverage. I think that's the biggest thing, ball screen coverage and then long rebounds. Did we get bodies on guys on the box outs? But the ball screen coverage is the biggest thing I'll look at tonight.
What was your first impression of Trey and Caleb?
I thought they did a great job. Trey can really make shots. His first one was probably quick. He just got in the game. He fired that corner 3. The other shots, I thought he got good looks. And I was really happy in the second half he knocks him down. And I thought Caleb did a great job. I thought defensively he really competed, kept the ball in front, made shots and, finished the layup in transition, off Tyrese's pass. But both those guys did great. And they're going to have to be big in that role off the bench for us.
How much of an impact do you think it can have when you have a guy like Tyrese who his game just kind of inherently fits into that ball movement mold of what you want as your leader, as your, the guy that everybody else is looking to, compared to, somebody that maybe is a little bit more ball dominant, that they're trying to hunt their own shot a little bit more?
Yeah, I think, Tyrese almost can be too unselfish. The one turnover, like I said, in front of the bench, I'm like, man, why didn't you shoot it? Like, shoot the ball, you're wide open. Because he's a terrific three-point shooter. But I think when he's playing with a selfless spirit, these other guys are. And that's the one biggest thing. You're on them all the time about practice, about how selfless are we, how many good shots are we getting. You don't know until you get into the game, how it's going to carry over. But tonight, especially with leads and different things, I don't think it got too wild. I think we were able to settle down and do some pretty good things. And 32 assists, a lot of assists. Basically almost 70% of our baskets were assisted on.
Anything further?